Hey, how we doing, everybody?
Hey guys, welcome back.
Joe here.
Kevin.
So yeah, we have a season premiere of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend season 4 here for you guys.
Yeah, we were kind of speculating what position Rebecca was going to be when we started, and when we pulled the show up on Netflix, it showed a thumbnail of
Her in prison.
Rebecca,
So
Rebecca,
yeah,
Rebecca in an orange jumpsuit sitting in a cell.
yeah,
J-
that's a good point. We don't know if it's prison or not.
right, it could be jail, it could be prison. We don't know.
It's probably
But
prison though.
I think our consensus on the last one was this is a weird turn that I didn't see coming
Yeah.
for sure.
Uh,
But the show hasn't let us down before,
no.
and I don't expect it to now. So I think that we just don't know where it's going to go.
No, and we weren't. So a
But
lot
do
of
we ever?
yeah, right. A lot of you guys on Patreon, you let us know that we weren't the only ones that were a little perplexed on that last episode.
Okay, good.
It's a little jarring.
It was no, it very much so. It's like this is an ending. Like, let's be honest. Of all the you and I like as excited television watchers,
Sure.
we try to make predictions of where these shows are going, right?
Yeah.
As we should. And I feel like
It's kind
the
of what we're here for.
right. The better shows kind of throw us for a loop a little bit. You don't like
Sure.
if a show is overly predictable, it means it's overly formulaic, right?
Yeah.
This show is clearly not that because
It's not formulaic.
we are more wrong as far as where this show is going and what it's trying to show us than anything else that we've watched.
You know what it almost feels like? It almost feels like they have a big hat full of scenarios.
Right?
You know what I mean? They're like, let's just pick out a scenario and make it work.
I can't remember, and if you guys know, let me know. Stephen King, I read his writing book, and he said that he was talking about some author. And
Uh-huh.
he said that he had like plot devices in a hat, and if he was going along, he got stuck. He would draw one out, and that's the direction he would take a story after that.
It's not a bad idea.
I mean, it's nuts. It's like, well, you just had no idea what you were doing
Yeah,
going into the
sure.
story. But I mean, if it
If
worked,
you
it
have an
worked.
outline, I feel like, but at the
Sure.
same time, yeah, if you're just picking your whole story out of the hat, that might be an issue.
Right.
You
It's
know?
like you. Well, I guess you'd have to be a pretty good writer to pull
Yeah.
it off. Like, how am I going to make lead character gets arrested? How do you make that? How do you make that work narratively and
Yeah.
not and thematically and not lose an audience?
No, sure.
I think this show's going to obviously it's gonna make sense as we kind of go forward.
Well, luckily, so Rebecca's obviously the main character, but at the
Sure.
same time, we have a very rich cast of supporting characters here.
Absolutely. This is an
So,
ensemble show for sure.
so it's kind of splitting the focus a little bit.
Right.
So it won't be a prison drama.
Sure. Yeah.
It's not
Right. It's
Oz.
not Oz.
Yeah,
Yes, exactly. I was
yeah,
gonna say it's not
yeah,
Oz.
yeah. So
It's like who's leading the clan here?
right, right, yeah.
I've not seen Oz, but I'm pretty familiar
Like this
with
episode's
what's going
called
on. Yeah.
Rebecca Gets a Face Tattoo.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like, so no, I'm excited. Thinking about the last episode, it got me more excited about where we're going forward.
Oh, sure, because it's such new territory.
Yeah, is she going to stage a prison break? You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, what's going to happen this season? When will she be released? How long is this stretch going to be? And
Right.
also, why Joe, Daryl? I mean, Heather just gave birth. Like, you have a lot going on.
A lot going on with everyone else. Right. Where's Paula in all of this?
Yeah, is she going to show up and visit Rebecca in prison? They're going to have like an American Gigolo moment where they put their hands against the glass. You know?
Exactly. Um, I think the one thing I'm still carrying from last time is the idea that, yeah, Rebecca has done horrible things for the entire run of the show.
Yeah.
And there should be consequences for them.
Of course.
But this isn't it. You know what I mean? I don't feel like Rebecca going to prison for attempted murder is is a fair trade-off for the stuff she's done. I think there should have been I mean she's done horrible things.
Yeah.
And yeah, plenty of them were illegal even, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say she definitely
There should be some legal
in the
consequences,
past
right?
has deserved to go to prison.
She's
Not this.
she's gotten away with crimes. We
Yeah.
can say that. But yeah, this is like the one time that you are actually completely innocent is the one time you say, you get up in court and be like, I've gotten away with bad things before, so I'm going to plead guilty. I'm like, not to this, sweetie. This is the part where you shut up, listen to your lawyer,
I know.
and then you'll talk to everyone afterwards about what a horrible person you've
We wanted
been.
to pull our hair out in the last episode.
Right? No, it's like, not right now. This is the wrong time for this epiphany.
You can swim fan somebody,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
but now you have a conscience.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, Rebecca, you are, as we've seen throughout the entire show, terrible with timing. Terrible with timing.
Yeah, well, it makes for good TV.
Oh, it makes for great TV.
Our
And you know what?
frustration.
The more, the more she stinks here, the more I'm rooting for her to pull it out. I think she will. It's it. I don't know how she goes forward as a lawyer who's an ex-con. You know what I mean?
Well, definitely not a lawyer anymore. Well,
right.
if
I don't know how it works.
because
Yeah.
I know like she'll probably be disbarred for sure.
Right. If she's yeah, if this conviction sticks,
Is there like
and
a
who
statute
knows?
of limitations thing?
Well, one, there's no. I mean, the statute of limitations is basically between the time you commit the crime and the time you get charged for it.
My bad. I meant like as far as like if you are disbarred or you go to prison, can you become a lawyer again?
Oh, I don't know. I think that you can. I'm sure there are hard rules.
Uh-huh.
They're going to vary by state. Every state's got a different bar rules,
Sure.
and um, it's going to kind of depend on. I think a lot of it is like make your case. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like we'll
So
see.
the judge got to do you a favor, basically.
Yeah, I think it's generally and I'm sorry, guys, I'm not a lawyer, but I think it's generally like a panel
Uh-huh.
of people who oversee the bar in a state that it'll be like, it's kind of like Morgan Freeman and Shawshank,
Oh,
with
gotcha.
the stamp kind of
Gotcha.
situation. But I'm not 100% sure. I could be way off here, but I've always felt like, at least what I've seen on movies and television, which is
Uh-huh.
always real. I feel like that's kind of how it works. So it's one of the things where you have to go before the bar.
Uh-huh.
But I would think if you're convicted of attempted murder, you're probably done with your law license.
Guys, forgive me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I remember there was like an NBC show on like 5-6 years ago about a guy who's in prison and he was like wrongfully accused, so he becomes a lawyer in prison,
Really?
and like he's taking cases while he's in prison.
I
I swear I'm not making this up. Either it was like a parody show in a movie, or like this is a real thing on NBC. I don't think it went very far.
no, because there's no way that you would pass a bar and be admitted to the bar while
This
you're in prison.
this was a concept. Yeah, he was like
Right.
taking clients and stuff in prison,
Right.
like representing people. Like they might have been fellow inmates. Now that I think about it, I never
of
watched the
course.
show, but
I feel like if that was a thing, real lawyers would have been pulling their hair out watching that. Like, this isn't how anything works.
first episode immediately canceled.
Exactly. No. Guys, do want to welcome a couple new subscribers. So, Tony Bellatone and Emma Samuel, welcome, guys, and thanks. We appreciate you being here with us.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. If you're watching this on YouTube for the first time, welcome to our channel.
Hello.
If you don't mind, hit the like button for us. Leave us a comment down below, and please, please, please hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with all the new content we've coming your way.
Yeah, and if you'd like to see a full reaction to this and everything else we've watched, including every episode of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, as we're going to plow through the final season here, please check out a link in the description below to our Patreon page. You'll need to watch along on Netflix.
Yes.
You can't just watch ours and get what
Please
you want.
responsible.
I plead guilty.
If that was to make Paula your friend again, it was a really stupid way to do it.
I'll call him later and explain why I did what I did and that I still love him, and hopefully he'll listen to me. I'm guilty, so let's just scribble guilty on that piss pad and let's get this shizzo on the road.
Okay, just wait just a second.
I'm begging you, please, please don't accept your plea.
Whoa, don't accept my plea, Paula. What's wrong with you?
I thought you knew what I was doing here.
That I can't accept Miss Bunch's guilty plea. For
Oh.
starters, it wasn't even really a plea. It was more of a speech filled with irrelevant details.
I really want to plead guilty. Okay, I want to go to jail.
No, this game is over. You made your statement, and I dug it. I mean, hence the smiling.
I need
Yeah.
2 minutes. If not only for this crime, then all of my past crimes, both real and metaphorical.
I'm sending you to county jail for 6 weeks.
Okay, it's
now
not
let's
prison, but
see
still.
how you like it in there, and then you can come back and have another hearing.
Oh my god.
I deserve
See-
this.
Right? That's what I'm saying. This is all romantic and everything in her
Yeah.
head.
It's an intense outdoor survivalist excursion. That's why it's called Death Wish Adventures.
I don't think this guy's built. These people all have a really
I know.
overinflated sense of who they are.
Yeah, he's paying $100,000 for a
Right.
camping trip.
Drive me out to the middle of the woods and leave me alone to fend for myself. I can't wait.
So he's basically Rebecca.
Okay,
Yeah.
look, not killing myself, George, okay? I'm going on a Death Wish adventure.
God,
I used to think Rebecca was so innocent, sweet.
that's not true.
We all did, right?
Not really.
Not the only things I've missed, like in life. I mean, I didn't realize being a priest would be such a bummer.
He having
Gay bar
disorders is
for
just
like a month.
stupid.
I didn't realize your mom doesn't like it when I
Some
whistle in the
people let us
shower.
in disorder.
Now you bring
Right.
it up, it's weird you live with my mom. Or
Now he's doing the
you're a
letting
little
himself off the
oblivious,
hook thing.
self-absorbed, and you
Yes.
be more aware of the world around you.
Thank you, Hector.
Disorder. Or disorder.
I'm sad and scared. I came here to do penance, but I don't know what that looks like. And God, this place is terrible.
It's terrible in jail? Wow. Really insightful analysis of the criminal justice system, Harvard.
I'm in jail.
Wow. I think this is just another way of showing that she doesn't understand consequences.
I know you've committed
That's
to
the
this
big
whole
stretch
penance
here,
thing
right?
but this is gonna get old real fast. And
Now I just figured out what my penance will be. Making a contribution to my theater class.
Show your campsite!
I just got what was going on there. This guy's gonna be begging in a day,
Yeah.
just like she should be.
It's like the bad guy from Dirty Harry.
Right, of course, I see.
We all appreciate your enthusiasm.
I don't.
Yeah, no, you're right. Guys, I am so sorry.
I like the
Sure.
class.
Yeah.
me too. Let's play Zip Zap Zop.
Chicago's
Just stop,
probably it, though,
hear
yeah.
me out. What
Yeah.
we do is an original piece. Yes.
Oh, yeah, there we go. There's Chicago.
Yeah, it is Chicago.
While I was driving, my daughter texted me that she was in the hospital, and I got so distracted that I hit a teenager who.
Oh, my
Oh
God.
my god.
Bro, so sad.
How about you just stop this nonsense, Rebecca, please? It's hard to like her right now. We're back
Oh,
in another one of those hard to like Rebecca moments. Because it's all like the ego, self-centered everything.
Yeah,
It's very infuriating.
it's annoying.
According to these quizzes, I have ADHD, OCD, and synesthesia.
What?
Online quizzes are just clickbait. They're not real.
Thank
I once
you.
took a quiz that told me I was Miranda from Sex and the City.
When you're clearly a Charlotte. If you think you actually like have something, you should get some help, like professional help. I'm just a regional manager.
I don't need that.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, are you happy with this decision, Nathaniel?
Did you know some people have died while using Death Wish Adventures?
What are you even doing here?
Okay, so I'm not leaving your side, but don't worry about me. I'll just be roughing it alongside you. Is this whole thing helping you in some way? Is this
No.
helping you get over Rebecca?
I'm not gonna talk, so.
Great.
Just pushing myself to the extreme is how I work through setbacks. Gets me out of my head. When I got a 1400 on the PSAT, I climbed Mount Whitney.
Is it possible that this pain is not therapeutic? It's just more emotional cutting?
No.
I figured out something huge. I am privileged.
Oh, my God.
Thank you.
Just
Oh, my
occurred to
God.
you just right now.
Right. Brent woke up from his coma and confessed to everything. To stalking you, to trying to kill Nathaniel.
Wow.
Yeah, the state has no case anymore.
Yep, you got a new hearing tomorrow. All the charges are going to be dismissed.
If she stays here, I'd be like,
you
fine,
do
lock her up,
not
throw away the key.
still want to stay here?
Of course I do.
Oh, my God.
You know, whatever you do in here, nothing's gonna change the fact that you're a rich white lawyer lady who pled guilty for dramatic effect.
I feel like this is performative martyrdom is what it is.
It is.
And that's all it is. I think they keep using the word gross to describe what her and Josh are doing to turn themselves into victims. And I think they're right. I think it is gross.
It's really gross.
I hope, you know, she and Josh should get married. They're both can be gross
They're perfect
together.
for one another,
They can be victims to the world together.
How sad and like messed up would it be if like the show ends them being together and nobody's friends with them?
Right. And he's being just as gross.
He is.
Let's be fair.
What he's doing is less selfish, though.
I hope she gets it now too, because it looked like Nathaniel and Josh both are like, I need to take this seriously.
Yeah.
I don't
So
know
I
what it
gave
is,
up
George.
the
Maybe I'm
torture.
just broken.
That is such a sad thing to say. I could just get out of jail.
What? Let me see that.
You see, that news made you feel better.
You need to
Yeah.
see her, George. That's what I need.
Yes, I have been saying that since the beginning.
she's
Yes,
not gonna want to
need
see
go
you because he
talk
kind
to
of
her.
left her.
I don't know how to tell you this. Actually, I do. You don't have any of those disorders. I really wish people would stop taking those online quizzes.
So, if I don't have a disorder, what can I do? Because something is clearly wrong.
You can do exactly what you're doing, sitting here with me. And you can think about the choices you make and why you make them.
This is good.
That sounds hard.
Yeah?
It is.
You're free.
I like that.
custom banner, babe.
Yeah, they weirdly had it at the store.
Everything I do is wrong by definition. Because of my privilege.
Okay, that's it. I've had enough. Do something good for the world that actually helps people or shut up. But
Thank
stop
you.
whining.
Oh, that all the things I said in that courtroom truly had nothing to do with how I feel about you.
I'll
Going to
that.
jail was totally misguided, but I meant what I said in the courtroom. You know, about being a better person, I want to do that. So,
Oh my God.
Overthinking everything.
okay, I'm not overthinking things. I'm just trying to be a good person.
Really?
I know that
Oh, come on.
I am, but we just don't have the same priorities right now.
What is she doing here?
Rebecca would like to volunteer.
But not with theater. Don't worry. I would love to try and help you and any of the other women in here.
I told her I
This
thought it was
is
a great
good.
idea.
Wake
Wake up.
Oh, Paula got him to confess.
Yeah. No, it's a Scott thing.
It's a Scott thing, yeah.
Um,
That was I loved everything about that episode.
I did too. I liked how it ended.
The journey was great there.
Even the frustration felt
It
necessary.
was perfect. It was we're supposed to be, right?
Yeah.
We're supposed to be like, oh my god, I'm ripping my hair out over what Rebecca's doing
Yeah.
again. Everything's about her. And we get to the end and she's like, my cycle included making everything about me, and now I realize that's what I need to fix. This was exceptionally well done. This is well written and carried out. I loved it.
It's interesting how the tables kind of flipped a little bit with Nathaniel and Rebecca.
Right.
Like, so obviously they were all like having a self-pity party.
Yeah, they were.
But the least egregious was probably Nathaniel. You know, he's
at the time, yeah.
He's not like making it public. He's like, I'm on a camping
Right.
trip. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you're right. He's on the same self-pity,
It's-
but it's just him by himself.
It's pathetic, but it's
Right.
harmless, you know?
Yeah, it's he's not involving other people, right?
Yeah. And then, so you're kind of on his side, and like his words at the end, man. Oh my God, that was horrible.
It's like, oh wait, yeah, because you kind of feel like,
Just
oh,
do this for me.
yeah. So then it's like, oh wait, I forgot just how selfish you really are,
Because
man.
I was thinking, I was like, is he really on the same level as Josh and Rebecca? And then by the end of it, you're like, oh yeah.
Oh no, he's
big time, yeah.
In fact, I feel like he's very much like Rebecca, but he's not far enough along on his journey to catch it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I feel like he can get there. At some point, he realizes, oh wait a minute, I really suck. You know, and I'm not saying it's kind of with Josh. I'm not saying there's any like diagnosable disorder with him other than like extreme narcissism.
Yeah.
And obviously like the trauma of having completely disaffected parents that he clearly deals with.
Sure.
But I think that because of that and the privilege he's grown up in, Nathaniel really is just a kind of a selfish man baby. You
Big
know?
time. And I guess even Josh had a healthy breaking point at the very end too. He's actually in therapy.
Right.
He's talking to a therapist. He realizes I don't have a disorder.
Well, it's great that he at least went to talk. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Of course, he was going to find out you don't have a disorder. You just
You're
aren't
stupid.
you just aren't a very self-aware person.
Yeah.
And that, not being a self-aware person and having a label you can smack on it, like the doctor says, they're not the same thing. And I kind of like that characters were telling these guys, like, it's really actually kind of gross how you're like, giving yourself this out and martyring yourself. Josh was doing it with me and my people with our disorder we can't help. But it's like, dude, there are people who are actually suffering from real
I know.
conditions that are struggling with them. And for you to sit there and try to, chuck that as a label, it's gross.
It's ignorant.
Oh no,
It's
it
very
is.
ignorant, you know?
And really, Josh's big, ailment, because that's all it really is the fact that he's selfish and stupid.
Yeah, he's very stupid. Lovable, sure.
He's lovable, but selfish and stupid. Yeah.
It's interesting too because man, the last season he has been the backseat, and it's
we didn't
funny.
see him in season 3 that much.
Really, and they keep finding random things for him to do, and like
Right.
he's kind of going on a journey.
Right. It's like when his mom kicked him out of the house with the great karaoke song.
Love that episode.
Oh, great. Yeah, absolutely. That was like the most we saw of him for the whole season was him getting kicked out of his mom's house.
Yeah, like he had a few big moments at the beginning,
Right.
and then very sparingly.
Mhm.
I wonder if that's going to be the case going forward. I doubt it since this is the last season. So we'll have to see, I guess. Like you said, like we said in the last episode, I would not be surprised if by the end they find a way back together.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Because, they seem to be, at least right now, on the same kind of journey, right? They're not together, which they absolutely never should have been.
Mhm.
And they both seem to be like, Josh and Rebecca both seem to be like earnestly trying to figure out who they are and how to live better lives.
Which is
great.
It's a good.
That's what you want people to do.
Yeah.
Right?
There's a lot of rom-coms too where people start the movie off together, go on a long spiritual journey, and then by the end of the movie, it's like, oh, I love you, I missed
Right,
you. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
And it'd be kind
It's
of
like
funny if they take that
every
route.
every romantic comedy has the act one, we're together, the act two, something screws it up and we break up.
Yeah.
The act three, I realized all along that we should have been together.
Yes.
We were being dumb. I was being dumb. And so you're right. That is a very common structure. And this show obviously subverts that a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It really kind of points to what kind of crap that is.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that she and Josh can't end up together by the time it's all said and done. I still think it's less than a 50% possibility they do.
Yeah.
But 5 episodes ago, I would have said 0%.
I
So
don't know if I want that.
I don't want her to follow. I love that we
seen
don't
it.
follow tropes. This is a non-trope show.
We've seen it. It didn't
Right.
feel good when it
Right.
happened, and like when they were together the whole time, we were like, "This is wrong. This is so weird."
And I will say this, the skepticism we had coming out of the finale, I'm so on board now. I was like, that I cannot stress enough how great an episode that was that we just watched. And halfway through it, I'm just like, oh my God, these people are all monsters. And by the end of it, it's like, holy crap, they got me. They got me again.
Well, it makes me wonder if this was the plan all along, or if they wrote that finale and they were like, "She's not really going to jail, is she?" And they're like, "Okay, yeah, we got to fix it." You know what I mean?
I think it had to be the plan because
You think so?
the only way out of it, because I couldn't think of a way. Like
I couldn't either.
other than the judge saying, you clearly need. What I thought was going to happen, honestly, was that she was going to the judge was going to send her to some type of psychiatric evaluation,
Sure.
and they were going to come back and say she's not fit.
Well, that's
to
realistic.
to plead to. She's not fit to stand trial and plead for herself.
Well, that's what happened in real life.
That's what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah.
But instead, they find another way out. Trent confesses, obviously through, as we see there at the end, a little help from Paula.
Imagine being the actor who plays Trent. He's sitting down for the tape read for season 4, and like, "You're going back on the body cast. You're going
Right.
back on that full body
Right.
cast, buddy."
Yeah, you're gonna have to be re-raised by coyotes.
No, I think Trent's going to prison.
Yeah, no, guys. This is I really do like. I'm blown away by this episode because, like I said, halfway through, I was back to frustrated. Rebecca, you're driving me crazy because you have women who are in like really seriously awful situations, yet you're trying to make it all about you, which was making me like aggravate. Like I was getting like itchy, like pull my hair out
Same.
itchy. You know what I mean?
That song she was singing in jail.
I was just like, I hate her so much right now.
I know.
You know, and I was wondering during that, like, how do we get out of this? Because we're in the final season.
Yeah.
There's going to be a payoff at the end, right? We're going to get through this journey. And I feel like Rebecca, I'm going to love her completely by the end of it, as we've done many times. And in this episode, I feel like by the end of it, it's like, wow, she actually earnestly is starting to see herself for who she is and really wants to change it. And I know she's gonna keep screwing up. It's still not going to go well. It's still going to take forever. But that's a big step that a lot of people never get to in their lives. A lot of people never
They can live their
realize.
whole life in that.
Right. I mean, we know people, right?
Yeah.
People who can't say, "Oh my God, I need to. Here's what I'm doing, and I really earnestly want to fix it." She turned down a trip to Hawaii with the guy she loves because she actually would rather get better.
Which I think is probably the healthiest thing she's done.
It's great. It's great. I loved her for that. I absolutely loved her for that. And by contrast, I ended up kind of hating Nathaniel a little more for that.
I know, which was you get it,
right?
Yeah, we love Nathaniel, but like you can't be perfect all the time.
Well, I also feel like
I'm not saying he's perfect, but
no, but I feel like when we go back to the first time we met Nathaniel in like season 3, I guess, or maybe end of season 2, might have been end of season 2. I feel like Nathaniel never would have cared about Rebecca, and I feel like a lot of this is just and I know this is reductive, and I'm probably wrong, but it kind of feels a little bit like he's the rich kid who's used to getting whatever he wants.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that Rebecca's telling him no is why he's kind of throwing a tantrum now.
Yeah.
Like, but I want you to be my girlfriend.
Yeah,
why can't you do that? Every time I tell you something nice, you ruin it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's being kind of the spoiled little boy.
Yeah.
Whose parents are saying you can play with any toy in the store except that one.
That's who he is.
And that's the toy he wants because of that.
That is who he
right.
is.
And I don't know. Like I said, I'm no therapist. I have no training, but I'm wondering if Nathaniel could really use someone to talk to about why he's that way. Because again, I don't really feel like he's got like, I certainly don't think he has the same level of Rebecca as like actual, real, diagnosable disorders or issues.
Yeah,
like she's someone who needs help. She has She has real issues, and I don't know if his is just being an insecure prick. Yeah, it might just be his. It's hard to say
It
at this
wouldn't
point.
help to go to a therapist.
He should go. He should do what Josh did. Go talk, and the therapist can say, "Yeah, we should probably meet some more," or maybe, or like Josh needs to hear, maybe you should start thinking about how your actions have consequences and affect other people instead of just doing what comes into your head.
I think that's the thing. Also, the therapist would just be like, "So, we're gonna dive deep into your
Right.
childhood."
Yeah, for real. Like, let's talk about what your parents really did to you.
Which, from what we've seen,
right,
they did a number.
They did enough for sure. His dad is as bad of a here's $10. Come see me on your next birthday.
His dad might be the worst character. In the show, honestly.
Yeah, really. Well, I mean, and Rebecca's dad. Like,
oh yeah.
This is a show where we have those two characters.
Yeah, all the dads suck.
Right. We can kind of point to terrible parents, right? But we'll see where it goes from here. But I absolutely love this episode a lot. I can't say enough about how good this episode was.
Yeah, great start to the season.
Great writing, great execution, just perfect. We'll catch you on the next one, guys.
See ya.